Fox13 Investigates, our contaminated community, to help keep your family safe. We've shown you neighborhoods feeling the lasting health impacts of pollution in the air, in the ground, and of course in the water.
Tonight, a possible solution for some of those contaminated sites. Fox 13's Kayla Solomon investigates the new money to clean up Shelby County and Brownfields.
Shelby County has the most brownfields in the state of Tennessee.
Brownfields. You may not see them or even know what they are. There's a brownfield right here behind this wall on South Main Street.
So a brownfield is where there is the presence of or potential presence of hazardous material, hazardous substance, pollutant, or contaminant.
According to the EPA, brownfields could be sites with closed down factories, dry cleaners, gas stations, or anything else that may have created high levels of pollution below the ground while active, all of which exist throughout the city, from downtown to North and South Memphis. Joanne Massey, the VP of Operations for EDGE, says the EPA will soon be the ones to positively identify these sites and clean them up.
The chunk of money is $1 million, and it's for a revolving loan fund grant. The funds will be used to conduct, environmental assessments, develop cleanup plans, and actively engage in the community effort to uplift these damaged areas.
Massey says first there will be an application process for the property owners as well as community meetings. But the question is, what is the extent of damage that these brownfields have left before this process?
An impact that you directly see is blight because those areas become toxic. You find carcinogens, other things in play that have an immediate effect on the residential as well as the other properties that are in place.
Luther Mercer, CEO of Community Lift and also a former trustee on the board of the Nature Conservancy, says this is not a process that can happen overnight.
It's a lot of research. It's a lot of research, a lot of testing of soil, testing of ground, specifically around things like soil and water. Then there's, of course, those reports, those budgets of what it would need to take.
Mercer says although it will take time, remediating these brownfields could be an almost instant boost to a community.
And they could have a direct impact immediately. It may spark economic development immediately after those sites are cleaned up, which in turn newer businesses, newer opportunities to have housing and other things put in those areas.
Businesses, housing, these are all things that Mercer says could be here to stay for our children and grandchildren.
I hope we continue to advance this, and again, targeting those areas that we know are disinvested is really important within the urban area and rural areas that have been impacted by a lot of industries.
The revolving loan program is a first for Shelby County. As applicants use the money, they can then go back and get more funding for future projects once that loan is paid off. Applications are expected to open this upcoming fall. Kayla Solomon, Fox 13 News.
Now, the brownfields in this report are not as heavily polluted as ones called Superfund sites. Our contaminated community investigations have shown you several of those. The old Defense Depot is one. Those are places so polluted the federal government oversees the cleanup. You can see on this map, we have 16 Superfund sites now in the Mid-South. Brownfields are sites that are contaminated and need to be cleaned up, but are not considered an immediate threat to people's lives. There are dozens of these, even hundreds of brownfields in our area. Some have not yet been identified. You can see our entire contaminated community series by going to fox13memphis.com and clicking on Contaminated Community there at the top of our homepage.